So I have this ball of yarn. This is the Pound of Love by Lion Brand in the color Antique White. And this is probably my favorite kind of yarn. I've had three colors, including this one before. And I have this ball, which is from another skein that I had in the same color. And I started making a C2C blanket. My cousin is having a baby soon, and I want to gift her a baby blanket. I'm secretly hoping that this is enough to make this blanket and a bolero, because I want a bolero in this color as well. And if it's not enough, I'm just gonna have to wait until I can get some more of this, because this yarn, my sister sent it to me from California. I am loving the way it looks and the way it feels, and it works up really fast. I did this in like 15 minutes. This is a lot for me, okay? I'm not that fast of a crocheter. This is what I have so far, and I'm going to be making this and something else. Maybe a pair of shoes, a hat, and some gloves, which are the common things that people make for babies. And one of those little things, I don't know the name for that, but it has an animal, and it's like a little tiny like, I don't know the name. I'm just gonna put a picture here. This is the one I'm gonna make, and this is a tutorial that I'm going to be following. I think it's in Spanish, but I'm not sure. But I want to make one of these. I don't know about the shoes, the hat, and the gloves yet, but this definitely I'm going to be working on for these days. And I'm really hoping that I can give this to her in person. But if not, that's okay. Yeah, and I just noticed that this is just a granny cluster, I guess. I don't know if it's called like that, but worked in a different way. And after making a blanket, granny square blanket, I got tired of making this specific pattern. Is it granny square? I mean, is it granny cluster or granny stitch? I don't remember, but it's just 3 double crochets together. Well, anyway, I'm liking this one. We'll see how fast I'm able to finish it. Today is December 20th, Friday, December 20th, and this is all I did today. I love it. It's so soft, and the color is so pretty, showing up kind of white in camera, but it is like a very, very soft yellow. It's really pretty. So the little ball of yarn that I had and I used was enough to make all this. If I'm not mistaken, from this side to the beginning, without counting this first square that I did to start all this, I have 25 rows, if I'm not counting wrong. And I gotta say that's a lot. I'm going to attach this one now and start working with this one, and I'm hoping that I still have enough to make my bolero in this color, because if not, I may cry. It is looking really nice. I really like it. I dropped chocolate in here. I'm gonna put a clip right here of the original thing. I don't actually have any footage of me dropping the chocolate on the blanket, but you can see right here before I cleaned it, it is way darker than it is in the footage that I recorded in English. I have already reached the length that I think is good enough for the baby blanket. I am going to start making decreases on this other side to get the other half of it. And this is 82 centimeters long, about 32 inches. And if I stretch it, it gets to 86 centimeters. So I think that's good. And I am going to do a border. I was thinking making it in white, but I don't know, this is pale. And I'm going to make, sorry if you hear any noise in the background, I am going to make something else for these. I just don't know the name of the thing. I think I showed it before, but it's like a little dog thingy that is going to be in yellow with white border. I was thinking I am gonna do white border for that one, because I am going to use what it's left over of this for to make
I'm stumbling too much in my words. I am going to use whatever's left from this to try to make my bolero. That's why I'm going to use white for the other one. Maybe. But because the other one is going to be yellow, I am going to use the same yellow to do the scallop border or any other type of border. I just wanted to show that this is what I have so far. I already reached the length that I think I need, and I'm just gonna start doing the other half and the decreases. I cannot believe I dropped chocolate in this. I am so mad at myself. I was going to wash it, and now I am going to wash it with more reason. But I am just so mad because I had the cup on one of my hands, and I had a little thingy over there that I wanted to use to put it on the table as a coaster, so I wouldn't drop the chocolate on the table. But I didn't think of putting the cup here, and then if I dropped it, just cleaning the table, and I moved like this to reach for the other one with my left hand and my right hand, and on my right hand I had the chocolate, and I just moved a little bit right here and blub 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 drop. Ugh, so annoying. You can barely see it like from afar. I can see it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine because I'm gonna wash it. I hope it comes off. But yeah, this is what I have. It's looking beautiful, great. I am loving it. I haven't been work. I haven't been working on this daily, but it grew so fast. I like worked on it like 3 times maybe, and it grew all this, and I am like, shit, wow.
So I already finished the baby blanket. This is my very first corner to corner, corner to corner blanket. And the only thing that I have left for this one, besides weaving in the ends, is the border, which I don't know yet still what kind of border I'm going to make for this one. But while I was waiting for my videos to save, I did make an attachment blanket because I want this to be like a set. And I did that while the videos were saving and uploading at the same time. I don't want to say my storage was full, but I had a lot of videos already of the many things, and by many things I mean the 3 projects that I'm working on back to back. And I didn't want to record for this one how I was making the attachment blanket because I didn't want to have any more videos because I didn't want my videos for the socks to glitch. Although I think in some parts there are glitches, but I finished this. I'm not gonna show the full size until I have the border, but I did my attachment blanket, and here it is. I really like it. I forgot to mention this on my Spanish video, but the only thing that I don't like about this one is how it's looking like a swirl, like it's twisting. But since the pattern that I use is not mine, and she doesn't explain how you could turn, like finish one row and then turn and go back and that back and forth, so that this would stay square and wouldn't be like whoo, like that. I just left it like that. It's going to be like this anyway all the time, so it's going to be barely noticeable. This is, let me check because I know in the US and only in the US people use inches rather than centimeters. I don't know why. Well, I didn't use any anyway. It's about 32. It's in between 31 and 33, maybe 34 centimeters. depending on how stretched it is. But when I finished it and measured it, it was 32 centimeters long, which is 12 and a half inches. So it's 12 and a half by 12 and a half, 32 by 32 centimeters. And I did 19 rows. This is including the ones that you cannot really see, because this one has like the granny square beginning right here, and then the next row is just chains that in the next row will hold the next clusters right here. I don't know if I'm explaining myself properly, but here's the granny square beginning, and then you do one single crochet and then 3 stitches that are for these 3 double crochets, then you single crochet right here, chain 2, single crochet, then chain 3 into the space, single crochet. So basically in the corners is single crochet, 3 chains, and a single crochet in the same stitch, and in between these stitches is just single crochet, 3 chains, single crochet into the spaces, 3 chains, and like that all the way around. So I did 19 rows, including those ones. And I was originally going to use white for this one, but since I had leftover from this one, which I didn't think I would have by the time I got to the half. By the time I got to half of the blanket, I thought I was gonna have no yarn left, but I did. Not enough to make my bolero, sadly, but I did get enough for this border right here, and this is all I have left from this one. This is the last skein of this yellow that I have, and I started a wing for the duck because it's gonna have a ducky. It's going to have a ducky right here, a sleeping ducky. And this is one of the wings. I'm still missing the decreases right here. I have to make another one, and then the head, the beak, and all that. And I want to buy more yarn. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to do that. But I want to buy more yarn because I want to make the border of this one in this color. And if I do that, I have to double strand. So I don't know. I think I may need like 6 skeins of this. This is going to be a bit expensive, but we'll see if I decide to keep it like that, like my idea of making this double stranded, or I end up just don't using one strand. By the way, I don't know if you can hear any sounds in the background. My nephew has the volume of his tablet really loud, and I can barely hear it because I have one of my ears that's been sick for weeks, and I can barely hear from my left ear, so I don't notice it as much, and I apologize if you can hear it. But this is all I have from the blanket. This is going to be a set, like I said, of the blanket and the attachment blanket. I haven't made the border for the blanket yet. What I did do is finish off this attachment blanket, which I noticed because I was watching the tutorial to make the other pieces, and I noticed that I had missed one row, which is just single crochet all around the border, and I finished that, and I finished the pieces, which is just the 2 little wings for the ducky. One of these ones is bigger than the other one. I think I missed a row maybe, and the head, and the pieces are just like the wings, the head, and the beak. And I think I left the beak twisted, like crooked, because it's like that, but I didn't want to take it off and put it again because I did struggle to put it like this, so I'm not gonna do that. The eyes look very cute. This one looks more well made, I guess, than this one, and at the same time this one looks more elegant, I think, than this one. The problem is I don't know if she's having a boy or a girl, and I already put the lashes there. I want it to be a girl, okay? If it's a boy, it's fine. Boys also have lashes. My nephews have bigger and more beautiful eyelashes than the ones I have. Okay? My brother even has better eyelashes than mine, and that's not fair. But yeah, I have it here on the needle. I have the thread on the needle ready to sew. And yesterday when I was making this one, I finished, right? And I put it right here and I noticed, I don't know if you can see it, but I noticed that the dye lots for the yarns that I use, they're not the same. And right here, I don't know if you can see right here, this is darker than the rest of it, and there are little like little bits that look the same as this one. I don't know if you can see it, but I see it right here. Like this square is darker all the way. I'm gonna take the flash off. See? See? I mean, if you're a man, probably you don't see it, but if you're a woman, you have to see this. I cannot be the only one. This square right here, it's darker than the rest of it, and this one right here is lighter than both of them. And I'm like, no. Oh. Although it kind of looks like it was on purpose somehow, it's like a perfect square, and this goes almost all the way. But yeah, the yarn I was using apparently wasn't the same, and I already finished it. I got upset because of that. And I was also tired yesterday. That's why I didn't sew the head on and the little wingy wings. And I also bought, not yesterday, but a few days ago, this yarn, which has to be all the same dye lot, because I mean, these ones don't have dye lot. I'm just saying that as a reference, I guess, because I got all of these ones from the same bag. So I hope this is enough. I'm going to be using two at once, and I'm gonna be double stranding it to make the border be thicker, because this yarn is very, very, very thin. I haven't decided yet which one I'm gonna make, but I'm gonna look through YouTube, look for a pattern for a border, and I'm going to do that right now. The reason why I don't use yarn from here to make, like, this is not from here, this is from my country, and they bring it here. But sorry, the reason why I don't use this one to make projects generally is because this little skein is $2. It's like $1 US, and it may seem cheap, but this doesn't have that much in it, so technically it is very expensive. The only way in which it would be a good deal per se, it would be if I go and get it from my country and bring it here for me, because I'm pretty sure that this is much, much more cheaper in my country than it is right here. But they sell it for $2. So I rarely buy these ones just for things like this, because I saw this color and I was like, this color is perfect for a baby blanket or something like that. I wasn't planning on making a whole blanket like this with just this yarn, but I did get the idea of making this attachment blanket with it, and I'm making the border in this color to make it like a set. I ended up winding two skeins together so it would make it easier for me to use them, because whenever I use the skein as it came, it is very hard to get it to move smoothly, as you can see. So I winded them together to make it easy for me to work with both skeins at the same time. Here is the result. I put it on the floor. I'm going to wash it. Okay, I'm going to wash it. But I put it on the floor so I could show it, because it's not necessarily giant. It's not necessarily big, but it's big enough that I cannot fit it on the frame when I hold it myself. And I don't have a nice background. And I moved the bed that I had with my blanket, the green one that I showed on the first video I posted here. So I don't have any nice background anymore, so I just put it here on the floor. This is my very first C2C blanket. And the border I chose for it is just a picot border. I have two picots in each. There are 3 stitches, and this big one has 4 stitches like chains. And I did that all the way around, leaving 4 stitches in between, and in the corners I didn't necessarily do that because I wanted them to look the same mostly, but it's fine, it looks good. I love it. I am very happy with how it turned out, and now I just have to wait and see when I can give it to my cousin because I do want to give it to her in person. And here is the little attachment blanket that I made to go with it. I'm so happy that I was actually able to get enough yarn to make this like a set, because the attachment blanket is all yellow and it has the border in antique white, and the border of the blanket is in the same yellow, because this one has some different shades, but it's this, I bought the same, right, skeins of yellow, different dye lots, I guess. And the main blanket is in antique white by Lion Brand, Pound of Love. It looks more white on camera than it actually is because it is antique white. It's kind of yellowish. I really like it. But this is how the attachment blanket attachment blanket turned out. The ducky turned out so pretty. Look at it. It's so cute and it's sleeping. I did this also because I didn't want to put any safety eyes because it's for a baby. And this is what it looks like once it's folded. Look, it's so pretty. What do you think about it? Do you like it? I love it. I love also that it is like a set. I hope she likes it. I love it. That's the end of this project.